to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? Oh, hi, boys and girls. It's me, Mrs. Kresge here. And I was just working on a craft for us to do this week for our last letter of the alphabet. Do you remember what it is? The last letter in the alphabet is letter Z. And it's a really fun letter because there's a fun animal that starts with a Z. I have it right here. What is it? You're right. It's a zebra. They are beautiful animals with their black and white stripes. Did you know every zebra's pattern of black and white stripes is different? No two are alike. It's pretty cool. And their stripes help them to hide in the tall grasses so that a predator who likes to eat zebras doesn't catch them. So God made these animals very, very special and very, very able to take care of themselves in the wild. So it's pretty cool. And zebras, they love to eat grass. I'm kind of a salad eater myself. I like to eat vegetables too. Me and zebras could maybe be friends. All right, so anyway, I thought it would be really fun to use things that you have around the house to maybe make a zoo. Would you like to have a zoo in your own house this week? Pretty cool. And I think you might have everything in your house that you need to make your very own zoo. So let's take this apart and see what we need to get together so that we can make our zoo. All right, so let's see. A zebra. Do you have one of these zebras lying around your house? I bet you do. And it's on your mom or dad's computer. We sent these to Mom and Dad this week. These are some zoo animals. So what you need to do, because you can't really put this onto a stick or a straw, that won't work so well. So what you need to do is you need to get your favorite thing to color with. Maybe it's crayons, maybe it's colored pencils, maybe it's markers, whatever you like to color with. So get your supplies ready first, and then you'll also need a scissor. And I hope you remember how to hold those scissors because you're going to have to cut your animals out too. Otherwise, they won't be such good puppets. So, first thing you need to do is ask Mom or Dad and remember to say please. Please, can you print off the zoo animals? And when they print off the zoo animals, you'll be ready to go. So the first thing you're going to do is color the animals, whatever color you want. I chose to do my zebra black and white just like a real zebra, but maybe you'd like a rainbow zebra. It's up to you. This is your zoo. Then after you're done coloring your animals, I colored my zebra, I colored my giraffe. I didn't get to color my lion yet, but I did get him cut out already. And I colored my elephant, but I didn't get to cut him out yet either because I really wanted to show you how to cut it out. It's a little bit tricky, but I think you can do it. Remember how to hold your scissor. Thumb goes in the circle, other fingers go in the jelly bean or kidney bean shape. And then you're going to cut on the dark black line that goes around each animal. And really try to be careful because you don't want to cut off your elephant's trunk. You don't want to cut off your elephant's feet or his tail. So go slow. Remember to use your helper hand. Your thumb is facing up. You're opening and closing your scissor. Follow it right around the dark black line. And you don't have to go fast. It's more important to be careful. There. And then I'll be able to throw these scraps away when I'm all finished because I always like to clean up my mess. Now my elephant is all ready too, so I'm going to just put him to the side. And did you take notice? I painted my elephant's toenails. I painted them pink, so I did get a little bit silly with my animals. All right, I'm going to put my animals down. Now, what else do I need? I need that sheet with all the animals on. I need a scissor. I need something to color with, colored pencils, crayons, markers. What's this? I said I wanted to make it into a stick puppet. Well, stick puppets are really cool. It's any kind of stick that you can use and you just tape it to the back of your animal after it's all ready. So you are also going to need some tape. So that's another thing you will need. Now stick animals are really cool because you can take a stick animal. If I'm just holding an animal like this, you can see my fingers, right, when I'm making the animal move. But with a stick puppet, I can go underneath a table, the edge of a table, and you can't even see that I'm holding the zebra. And he's moving. He's galloping across under the table. Or he can be galloping across in his zoo or eating some grasses. So stick puppets are really neat. So you can get a straw. You can easily use a straw. You probably have those at home. Or you can use a popsicle stick and tape your puppet to your popsicle stick. You can even use a pencil like I used on my giraffe. So you can tape a pencil to the back of your puppet. Or maybe you have pipe cleaners at home. You can use a pipe cleaner to make your stick puppets. So you can use any of those things. Be creative. Or you can even use a stick from outside if you don't have any of those other things. So stick puppets are really easy to make. You just have to be creative with it. All right, now the other thing you're going to need to make your zoo, let me stretch it out. Can you guess what it is? You're right. It's a paper plate. So maybe you have some paper plates at home too. I have one right here. So I'm going to show you how I made my paper plate into a zoo. You notice right here, this is the fence, because animals in a zoo are always behind a fence or in a cage because they are wild animals and we don't want anybody to get hurt when they go to a zoo. So we have a fence up that the people would walk behind so that they wouldn't get near the animals because we don't want to hurt the animals either. And then we're going to need to fold it in a certain way. So I'm going to use my clipboard because I'll have to hold this up so that you can see. Yours is going to be flat down because you'll be able to work on your table. But I'll hold it up so you can see exactly what I'm doing. First thing you need to do, you see where these little ridges are down here? You're going to need to make a fold. That's going to be our fence to protect the animals from us and us from the animals. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold right up to here where these little ridges end. It's about an inch up, only about 1 inch. So I'm going to go like this, and it'll be much easier for you on your table. And I'm going to make a fold. And see, now I made my little fence. Now I also need to make an area where my animal is going to be able to walk across. See, right now it's a fold, and that would be hard for him to walk across. So I'm going to fold it again, and I'm going to fold it right above this line. So here I go. I'm going to fold up and right about there. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. Ooh, there we go. Now my little animal has a place in here to walk. Now this is where Mom and Dad are going to come in. This will be really hard for you to cut a little slit in here. So you're going to have to ask Mommy and Daddy to watch this part of the video and ask them to just cut a slit in your plate. So you have your fence, you have the little part where they can walk because you made those folds, and then Mommy and Daddy can just cut a nice little slit in your plate so that you will be able to put your stick right down through that slit like this. See? Goes right through there, and you'll hold it underneath to make your animal walk. All right, let's get back to our zoo. So the next thing we need to do, Mommy and Daddy can cut that out for you when you have it all done. The next thing we'll need to do is we'll need to make our fence. So I'm going to use markers. I used colored pencils on this one, but now I'm going to use markers. So to make my fence, it already has some lines in it from the ridges on my paper plate. So I'm just going to follow along with those ridges. So I'm going to color this one and this one. And I'm going to skip some in between, color all the way down to the bottom. This one, this one. Oh, this is turning out to be a really good fence. There we go. And then maybe I want to go along the top of my fence. That's kind of like the railing that you would hold on to. There. Okay, so there is my fence. Now, after I'm done with my fence, I'm going to put my cap on my brown marker. And I have to think about what I want my animal to be walking around on. I think that But since I made one for my zebra, I'm going to make one for my giraffe right now. I think that my giraffe would like to walk on grass, nice soft grass. So I'm going to use my marker again. And now I can open up my plate because I'm going to color this area right here where he's going to be walking in that nice soft grass. There we go. Now I don't have to color where the ridges are because that part is going to be folded up. But I do have to color right in here. There we go. All right, there's my nice soft grass. Now I'm also going to make some of my grass sticking up because they might like to walk through some of the tall grasses. There we go. All right, and I know for a fact that giraffes also like to eat the leaves off of really tall trees, and they use their big, long, 18-inch tongue to stick out, grab those leaves, and pull them into their mouths. So I'm going to make a nice, tall tree with my markers. I just made 2 straight lines down. I'm coloring in between the lines, and I put a few branches coming out. Maybe I'll make one up here too. My giraffe is pretty tall. Now I'm going to put some nice green leaves on here for him to eat. Here they are. And I'm just kind of doing some little swirls. There we go. Little swirls for my tree leaves. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that looks like a nice, yummy tree for my giraffe. All right. There. Lots of leaves for him. Good. All right. Now I'm also going to put some things up in my sky. It's going to be a nice sunny day at my zoo. So I'm going to put a sun up here in the sky, way up high. Nice round circle. Color that circle in. Ooh, it's hard when you go over some of the ridges of these plates. There. Then I'm going to make the sun rays coming out. Some nice lines coming out of my sun. There we go. And maybe I'll even make some clouds in my sky. Make a cloud over here and a cloud over here. There we go. Not too many clouds. Pretty nice day today. Now the other thing that I want to do is, since it is letter Z week and this is my zoo, at the tippy top of my plate, right up here, I'm going to write the word zoo. And I think I'll use a nice bright color. I think I'll use orange to make my word zoo. So here we go. Remember to pinch, whether you're using a marker, a colored pencil, a crayon, you still pinch with those 2 fingers. Rest on your other fingers. And I'm going to make my Z. So I'm going to make straight line across the top. I may have to go over it a few times because I'm going over some bumpies. Then a diagonal line coming down and a straight line across the bottom. There's my letter Z. And then O's are just circles. So I'm going to make 1 circle and another circle. And I wrote the word zoo. And then I might have to go over my lines a little bit more just so that they look better because I am going over little bumpies. Oops, there we go. And I wrote the word zoo at the top of my zoo. All right, now I am almost finished with this. I have my fence. I have my green, I have my grass and my trees. I think it's time, since I am a grown-up, I can cut out my slit so that you can see how it's going to work with my giraffe. So remember, mommies and daddies need to do this part. So they're going to put a nice little slit in that bottom part of your plate so that your animal will be able to walk right across and enjoy the zoo. There. Tricky, tricky, tricky. And this is a mommy or daddy thing to do. And I'm using a grown-up scissor for that too. There. And I cut it out just like that. All right. I think I'm ready for my animal to go into my zoo. Now my giraffe is taped onto my pencil. Let's see if my giraffe likes his area of the zoo. Here he goes. He's walking across. Oh, he got to the tree. He's sticking out that long 18-inch tongue. He's chewing up those leaves. I think he likes it. Oh, he saw you coming. And look what else you can do. If you have some plain paper, maybe you want to draw a person. Maybe you want to draw you. Maybe you want to draw Mommy. I made a person because you know how to draw people now. If you don't remember, watch the Map Man video. It shows you exactly all the parts you need. Look, I even put my hat on my head. And I wrote the word zoo on my shirt. And I'm going to go to the zoo and I'm going to go see a giraffe. Isn't it a beautiful giraffe? But guess what? Somebody came with me. Would you like to see who came with me? It's a little kid. Hey, do you happen to have a red shirt? It's a little kid with a red shirt. I think it might be one of you. Maybe, maybe. Hi, friend. I'm glad you came to the zoo. I'm looking at the giraffes. You want to see the giraffes with me? Sure. And you can play zoo. You can make your brothers and your sisters, and you can all go to the zoo together. Won't that be fun? And look, I put you on a pipe cleaner so you can be wiggly jiggly at the zoo. Have a wonderful time. Have fun at the zoo, and I will see you soon. Bye, boys and girls.